In this video I'm going to show you how to create your pizza cutter design on 2D techsoft. Once you have once you've scanned your A3 document, it should appear like so in your emails. Ideally we want to open it up, if I can, like so. Let's download it, open it so it's bigger. Now as you'll see, mine is currently rotated round, and ideally I need it that way up, so I'm going to rotate it like so it's the correct way up. Once I've done this, I just need the side view of my pizza cutter. I'm then going to click print screen on my keyboard, which is next to F12. I'm then going to open up 2D techsoft, which should show if I type in 2D. There it is. I'm going to open that up. It will then say what do I want to write the name as, but just click anywhere at that point. Now because I've print screened it, I'm going to right click and I'm going to click paste here. As you'll see, it is a lot larger, so we're going to zoom out by clicking the zoom button in the top right. We're then going to shrink it. We need to make sure we shrink it properly, not like this, because otherwise it will end up all skewiff and squished. So I'm going to click the corner and I'm very carefully just going to drag down like so, and then with the middle yellow box I'm going to move it up like so. Now to make sure that this is the correct size that I need it to be, I know that the wheel for the blade is 65mm. So up here, when I hold left click circle, I'm going to go to radius. So I hold left click and I want to cross, and I need to make this 31.75 because that's half of 65, and I click enter. Now that's not far off, but as you can see my actual blade is slightly bigger, so I'm going to check it again. So I need to make this picture just ever so slightly bigger like so. Move my blade across, still a little bit too small, move my blade across again. That's not too bad, to be fair. So it's a lot of trial error, trial error. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace around the outline of this shape. Now if you've got straight lines, you could use the line tool. If you've got rectangles, you could use the rectangle tool. I'm actually going to use the path tool. That means I can do dot to dot around my shape. So with the path tool, I click it, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I want to make sure step lock is unticked probably at this point, because it will try and glitch a little bit. So I'm going to untick that. I'm going to start from here, and all I am doing is going around all of the lines like so. So I click. You don't want to do big lines, because if you do, or big gaps or big jumps, because if you do you will lose that level of accuracy. If there's any areas you're not happy with, you can just double click like so, select it again, and then I can delete it away at that point. I'm happy with that, so I am actually just going to continue. Unfortunately there is no quicker way of doing this, but it will ensure you're accurate. If you hold the roller ball in the middle of your mouse, it will drag upwards as well. Just a little hint or two. There we go. Then I'm just going to make sure it definitely meets in the middle like that, and I'm going to double click. Okay, now I'm also going to add in freehand my little circle here like so. I might also add this line that's here. So again, with the path tool, trace round. It doesn't matter if it's slightly off, because I can make adjustments if that's what I see fit. There we go, double click it. Right, now at this point I could actually get rid of this, so I could click it and click delete on my keyboard, and as you'll see, if I highlight it all and I move it across onto my working area, that right there is pretty perfect. The only problem is, if I look here, something overlaps. So with the delete tool, I'm going to hold it and I'm going to go to delete part of an object, and then I'm just going to click away those tiny lines there. Just going to check elsewhere. That is fine. Now I don't actually need this blade to be laser cut, because you guys will have acrylic blades. I need to make this outside line red if I want it to cut. So I'm going to select all of it. I'm going to click Col. Next to line up here, Col, and I'm going to turn that to red and click OK, like so. But then you'll notice that this bit's going to cut as well, and I don't actually want that, so I want to change that to black because I want it to engrave like so. Now you might decide that you want to do multiple layers of these, so I can copy it by clicking the two boxes at the bottom. So I'm going to say 4 layers, because I don't know how thick they're going to be yet, like so, just like that. Now on some of the layers you might have to actually use this to work out if there's a section that needs cutting out. Okay, so by that I mean, if I scroll down, so I'm going to copy this, I'm going to bring it down because I don't want to lose any of this stuff. I'm going to move that across again. Because my blade goes around here, I might have to cut out a section that goes in the middle as a middle layer, so that the blade actually can rotate. So to do that, I'm going to click Contour. I'm going to make it 2mm, and then I'm just going to click that there. Now obviously there's a massive issue with that because it's cut everything out, so I'm going to do that slightly different. So I'm going to click Ctrl Z, I'm going to take this, I'm going to then contour this, and I'm going to drag it across like so. So when my blade is actually in here, you'll see that it'll be able to rotate and it won't grind against this bit that's there. So get rid of my blade because I don't need it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of that, and I don't actually need that bit, and I'm going to turn this to red like so. So in reality my blade would sit here. This is for my middle section, my middle layer, and then these two would go on either side of it. So there'd be one over here and there'd be one on the other side. I would then laser cut that, see if I liked it. If I didn't, I would make modifications. If you would like to cut this section out, this little section that's just here for an additional layer, which I'm going to do now, I'll copy this again because I don't want to lose the other one. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to delete everything else. So this, oh, this. But the problem is, as you saw just, that part also deletes. So I'm going to have to zoom in, make sure that it overlaps on the line. See how it overlaps there? Then I'm going to delete that away. And then I'm going to make that red in the col. And if I do that twice, like so, then I can add that pattern onto both sides of it. When it looks something like this, then you are more than welcome to then save it. So file save as Miss Stanley Pizza Cutter Laser Cut example, and at that point you would then attach it in an email to me or Mr. Ali.